All right, everybody, I am going to show you my deviled egg recipe. Y'all want to say hi to Grandma? Say hi, Grandma. Grandma's helping me get some potatoes done for the potato salad, and maybe we'll show the recipe for that. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. That's a secret family recipe, so you don't get to know that one. That's actually my other grandma's recipe. So I got my eggs all cut up. I'll show you my fancy tool I used. But here I am using my egg containers for most of them because, as you see, I have many deviled eggs that I'm doing. And so just put the heavy part of the egg in the bottom, and this will at least keep them from getting smashed. And then I can keep them refrigerated without taking up all the room in my fridge. So first thing you're going to start with, get all your supplies. So I got all my egg yolks in a bowl. These are my extra ones. I'll probably let the boys eat those. My family loves deviled eggs and hard-boiled eggs. But you're going to need sweet relish, mayonnaise, whatever your choice is, mustard, and paprika. And then I'm also going to do some that are spicy. And I'm going to use some ground cayenne red pepper in those ones. So after you get all your supplies, you want to get your yolks smashed. I like to use this big spoon. This will also be what I use to stir everything up. I'm going to mash those and then I'll be back. So this is my nifty little egg cutter that I got. There's a 2-pack you see, but the other one, I did not like the way it cut the eggs. This works a lot better with 2 hands, but I think I got the 2-pack for like a buck something off of Temu. I'm sure they sell it on Amazon as well. But just make sure you press down hard enough to actually break the egg as you're going, because otherwise it will tear apart. And that's no fun. And all pretty. All right, so once your egg yolks are nice and kind of finely smashed up into the little bits, I'm going to start with mayonnaise. I got a couple extra spoons over here so I don't have to cross-contaminate. And let's see, I'm going to have to put you down again. Okay, so I have a lot of eggs here. So I started with about 4 big spoonfuls of mayonnaise, and we'll see how it looks after we start stirring it. Okay, as you can see, that's nowhere near enough. Now, I don't really use measurements, so I always start with less because you can always add in more. So I'm going to go ahead and do about 5 more big scoops in. Okay, so that was a good amount. Now, at this point, it should not be dry at all. It's okay if it's not completely smoothed out yet. We'll get there. This is a big batch, and my hand is cramping up from smashing the egg yolks. But let me see if I get a little better lighting for you so you can see. So it's going to get some of the yellow back from the mustard, which we're going to go ahead and put in now. And let's see. Now, I don't like to do too much mustard for more of the mayo than the mustard. I'm going to start with that. We're going to stir again. Okay, so at this point, I like to give a little taste to see how the mustard is. And Callie is just dying to have some eggs. She's like, "You've been playing with eggs all day. Give me one, please." So let's see what we got. Best way to know how much seasonings you need is to taste your food. Okay. It's still a bit mayonnaise-y, so I'm going to put in a little more mustard. And then I'm going to go ahead and start putting in my relish as well. I really need to get something to hold my phone so I can have a easier time when I'm making my videos. I like a fair amount of relish. Hold on, let me get this out of here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with about that much relish, and I'm also going to put a little paprika in. Now, paprika is a very strong seasoning, A little goes a long way. And we're also going to put this on the end. So you don't want to overdo it with the paprika unless that's how you really like it. Then by all means. So this is what we're looking at. I'm going to give another taste here, make sure it tastes good. I'm going to put a little bit more mustard and a little bit more paprika. That's how much of the mustard and the paprika I put in this time. Not a lot, just a little bit. All right, I am liking the way it tastes. Normally, I would do this all by hand and I would just make it nice and creamy with my spoon by smashing it. But this is a really big batch. So I am going to use my immersion blender and get it all smooth and creamy. Okay. When you get nice and smooth like that, you don't have to get completely all the lumps out, but just most of it so it's got a good texture. We're going to go ahead and fill our eggs. You can use a spoon. I'm going to use a spatula. Okay, so you want to make sure that you got them a bit full. You don't want them to be quite even. And I'm actually able to pretty much fill them in the thing, which is nice because then I don't have to handle them quite as much. It just prevents me from getting my hands extra dirty and having to keep washing them. And there we go. So do whichever way works better for you. And I'm loving using this egg carton. It's pretty good. Much better than using my humongous Tupperware containers, which take up my whole fridge, and then I won't be able to fit my potato salad or anything else in there. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to use the fun little egg cutter that I got. So you can see how I got these kind of cool looking eggs. I don't know if you can see, but they'll look much cooler when they're on the plate and presented all nicely. Okay, so last part for the regular deviled eggs is we're going to put a sprinkle of paprika on the top. Now, again, with the paprika, a little goes a long way. So I kind of like to use my finger to do some light tapping. I got to get it down to the shaker part. There we go. You don't want to put too much because you'll kill the sweetness and it won't taste very good unless you just like to taste smoky flavor. Then it'll taste excellent, I suppose. But yeah, so this is the trickiest part. All right, now that we got that done, what you want to do for the spicy eggs. Now I'm going to use some of the ground cayenne red pepper. Now I don't do spicy, so I don't know how much to add. So I always really wing it when it comes to spicy stuff. So I'm gonna stir that in now. Okay, so I gave it a couple taste tests and I didn't taste any kind of spice or whatever, so I put a ton more of that cayenne in because this isn't like a real spicy pepper. It's got a bit of heat to it, but it's not too bad, like comparably to some other peppers. And instead of using the paprika, I'm going to do some of this on there, just like I did with the paprika. Try not to like overwhelm it with the spice, but people who like spice, I think, will probably tell me that it's not too spicy. But so that's the deviled eggs. Woohoo, that one had a lot. And so, all right, I guess that's everything for today. Got some left over here. See if my husband wants a spicy egg sandwich because that would make a good egg sandwich right there. Just not for me. All right, everybody. Peace, love, and zombie Jesus. Meow.